That was one of the worst ultimates I've done in my entire life. Ah!
6.5 hours later.
When I grow up, I want to become a pilot! Back to India!
Yeah, someone's in here.
10 seconds.
Yep. Watch this.
You're not going anywhere!
At least I found someone who likes tool.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. No answer.
Alright, so this is going to be different from what I typically do with these videos, and that's because I wanted to unravel this string of messages I had from this guy after a loss on a competitive game. For context, I will admit that I was probably making fun of him for playing alone on a weekend. That likely did not help the situation. But after the game had ended, it looks like he had actually added me as a friend to continue our discussion of our personal lives. So this guy here, Leteralus, added me, and I had accepted his friend request. And I think at that point it kind of clicked that this guy was actually playing alone on a weekend, and I genuinely felt bad. So I apologized. I tell him, I didn't know you were actually playing alone, so I'm letting you know now that I hope you find someone in real life to play with. And instead of like kind of toning it back or maybe swallowing his pride, he continued on with YouTube bud. And this was him after accusing me of being angry at a game or taking it more serious than I really was. I was responding to his YouTube bud. Me accepting this friend request and telling you that we're fine should let you know I'm not actually mad. And I feel like at that point, any normal person would have like, okay, obviously I'm overreacting and I'm just looking like an idiot. Instead of taking that approach, he goes ahead and says, what death metal screeching do you listen to? Laughing my freaking ass off. That's why you're mad. And for me, this is when it clicked that this guy was not going to take any kind of apology. He was super tilted, and instead of kind of cratering to his mood, I took the initiative and just took him to bed. I tell him, I think you have issues. Then his response to that was a genius, says you, spelled S-E-Z-U. And I tell him, okay, you're just retarded then, you're brain dead. And his genius response to that was reported. And I tell him, stay single, do it, fact get. And that's all. That was as far as this went on. I'm assuming that he did end up reporting me. I didn't feel any repercussions from this. At least not that I know of. I know that I was banned a couple months later in a uninvolved situation from this conversation. But I'm taking the time to kind of do this voiceover or commentary aspect to this video because I do think it's kind of funny when people do take a casual aspect of Overwatch. And yes, I am calling Diamond competitive as casual because you're not getting paid, no one's watching you, and quite frankly, I don't think anyone gives a damn whether or not what rank you are at this point. If you are really trying that hard, I do encourage you to find a group of people to play with, to start streaming, to actually find a purpose to climbing up that competitive ladder. I do it with my friends because I want golden weapons. I think that's pretty swell. It just adds another kind of part to the game that is quite honestly dry now. I only play Overwatch because it's a fun game to hop on with my buddies with. It adds to the roster. That said, if you do get into a situation where you're fighting with random people over the screen, I do encourage you to accept an apology, to maybe not chase after someone that already does not like you. I don't know. Quit playing the game, go to bed, get some sleep, eat healthier, start making real money, and yeah, don't get into stupid conversations like this, because now I might make a video that has 20, maybe 30 views of you being the star.